Here's how imposter syndrome gets you in its grips. You doubt your own accomplishments, you undermine your own skills, and you feel that somehow, some way, you have conned people into believing that you are competent. And you believe that somehow they're going to find you out, okay? They're going to point you out and say that you are a fraud, and they're going to expose you to the world. Does that sound familiar? Yeah, it's very familiar to me because as someone who dealt with the crippling effects of imposter syndrome, I can simply tell you, hey, it's all in your head. Stop thinking about it. Or I can show you how I fought this through what I wore. Hi, I'm Sophia. I am a fashion designer and inner work coach. I help you heal and grow confidence through what you wear. Okay, so before we get into my tips, I want to start by affirming you, by telling you that you, my friend, are not an imposter. Because guess what? An imposter would not be clicking on this video. You deserve to sit at the table because you are constantly looking for ways to improve yourself. If not, you would not be watching this video. An imposter feels as if they are entitled to be at the table regardless of their accomplishments, okay? So just keep that in mind as we go through these tips. But I do believe that after this video, you will have the tools necessary for you to start wearing and showing up as the woman that deserves to have a seat at the table. Okay, so the first thing that I want you to consider when dressing up, whether it's you're going to work or whether you're going to even work at home, is especially for my corporate baddies. I say this especially for the ladies who work in offices, is I want you to prioritize structure and prioritize tailoring. Okay. Here's the thing about structure is going to give you that air of confidence. All right. Not just for how people look at you, but also how you look at yourself. Think fitted blazers, think power suits, tailored trousers with that crisp down the middle. Okay, when you see somebody with a tailored trouser with that crisp down the middle, what do you think about them? Okay, subconsciously, you might not realize it, but you sit up a little bit straighter when you see somebody who irons their clothes or have structure in their garments, because that says I am competent. That said that I put a lot of effort into how I dress today. And this outfit, this garment fits me so well. It is so fitted to me because I am confident. All right. That's the thing about structured clothing, is that it's also going to make you stand straight. All right. That blazer is going to make you fix your posture because it doesn't really have a lot of wiggle room for you to be slouching. It is not going to give you that, flow. That's why I say prioritize structure and fitted clothing, because flowy clothing is going to kind of have you very relaxed, which is great for other periods of time. But if you are struggling with imposter syndrome, you really, really have to work also on your posture, because your posture says to yourself that I deserve to be here. Okay, how you are showing up and standing tall. And when people are talking to you, because of that structure that you have on, it's going to make you stand taller, and they're going to respond to you differently. And when you look at yourself in the mirror, you're going to respond to yourself differently as well. Okay. And a little bit of a tidbit about tailoring is, tailoring does something different than necessarily provides you with structure. It's in the process of you getting things tailored that you really start to see the benefit of this advice. How many people do you know go to the tailor to get their things hemmed or structured to them or fitted to them? Not many people actually in our society do that. They just don't. They might get like a special ball gown tailored, but when it comes to their day-to-day work outfits or day-to-day outfits, you're not really getting it tailored. So imagine you are now standing out as different when you decide that, hey, I'm going to go take this jacket to go get tailored. All right. You're going to have to look up where that tailor is. You're going to have to go in for a consultation, and all of that, what it's doing, the process of all of that is it's building competence in you. All right. It's making you realize and tell yourself that I'm competent enough to go find a tailor who is now going to make sure that she mends my garments to me. That is going to now boost your confidence. Don't knock it until you try it. This is not woo woo. This actually works. All right. So look up a tailor and see if you can just take one garment. Start with one garment. You don't have to take all of your blazers there, all of your suits and trousers. No, just start with one garment and go through that process of actually getting it tailored. The next tip that I have for you is think about wearing coordinates, okay? Two-piece sets and monochromatic looks. All right. So I could say that you should really focus on wearing suits, but I just believe that there's so many other things that you can add to your wardrobe that will give you the effect of a suit. Something matching, the two-piece set matching, takes the guesswork out of if you look good or not, or if this matches or not. It makes it easy. When you have, two pieces that were made and meant to be with each other, your work is easy. You just put them on, maybe you accessorize a little bit, but what that's gonna do is it's gonna help you look put together. Okay, it's going to provide ease and help you look put together. And when you look put together, you feel put together. When you look organized, you are going to feel organized. And in areas of your life that you feel like you are not organized, because you look organized in that moment, you are going to start working towards organizing it. Okay, someone who looks put together is someone that people can trust. Okay. And you can trust yourself more when you look put together, because you say, hey, I was able to organize this look today, and I was able to look neat, put together today. And therefore, I deserve to be applauded, and I deserve all of the accolades because I'm a put together person. Okay. So I hope you see how this psychologically and a lot of times subconsciously affects the way that you think about yourself. When it comes to monochromatic looks, you don't have a bunch of two-piece sets in your closet. Maybe you have a bunch of natural tones, tans and browns. Maybe you have a tan top and tan pants. Wear those together. Okay. It takes the guesswork out of it. You're not having to stress yourself in the morning trying to figure out what you're going to wear, and then self-doubt. And that self-doubt now leads into your work and how you feel about how you're showing up at work. All of those things add up. So when you just take two of the same colors or in the same color family and put it together, you have now brought organization internally to yourself as well. But there is one thing I do want you to avoid, and I know some of you are going to get mad at me at this, is I want you to avoid wearing black on black all the time. Okay, unless it's your signature, which I talk a lot about having a signature style so that you're more recognizable. But this is not. A lot of times you all are not wearing black on black because it's your signature. A lot of times you're wearing black on black because you are hiding. Okay, this defeating imposter syndrome, you have to step out ahead of imposter syndrome. Okay. It's actual work, and you hiding and you hoping that one day it'll change it's not going to be effective. Okay. So black on black, a lot of times when I'm seeing people wearing black, black, black all the time, I'm just like, who died? Who are we mourning, and who have we been mourning for years? Okay. It's not, don't do this all the time. You can wear black on black sometimes, but try to switch it up. Okay. So I don't want me telling you wear monochromatic looks and then you're wearing black on black all the time. You say, well, Sophia said I can't. No. Okay. Let's try something different. Okay. So my next tip is especially for, this is for everyone, but especially for my ladies who are wearing uniforms. Okay, maybe you wear scrubs to work. Maybe you're a nurse. Maybe you have a specific thing you have to wear all the time. And you feel, well, how is style going to help me defeat imposter syndrome if I have to wear the same thing all the time? It is, and I've got something really special that you're going to love, and that works. But of course, I want you to make sure that your uniforms look good and are clean and are pressed, okay? Because having pressed clothing is something that I think is a lost art in this time. But take that extra time to press out your clothes. Don't just throw it in the dryer to get the wrinkles out, or steaming it is great too. But that getting those lines crisp is gonna give you that air of confidence and also of competence. Okay, but here's the secret. Here's the secret: is practice wearing red undergarments. Whew. Okay. I don't mean to get off all up in your business, but practice wearing some panties and a bra that is red. Okay, if red is not your color, just wear some really, really nice, cute undergarments. But here's why I said red, because red symbolizes authority, red symbolizes power. Okay. And this is going to act more as an intimate conversation with yourself that I am powerful, I am competent. Okay. And I am confident and I lead with authority. I lead my life with authority. And that's going to show up in how you feel about yourself. This is not external. This is not like the first two tips I gave, which is, more external. This is really, really very intimate. All right. So I know it sounds silly, but try it out. It really, really works. And like I said, if red is not your favorite color or you just hate the color red, try pink, try something softer then, and really think about the meaning of those colors and try to go into your workplace with that understanding of I've got this color on today and this is what it symbolizes. It works. It works. It works. It works. My last tip is something that is going to be more personal, and this is more of an exercise. And I want you to think, okay, close your eyes and think about this woman. Get a picture of this woman who you believe deserves to be at the table, okay? This is just a random woman that you believe she needs to sit at that table, okay? And really start visualizing what she has on, okay? What color is she wearing? Is she wearing a blouse? Is she wearing a jacket? Is she wearing a suit? Is she wearing a dress? Does she have a belt on? What accessories are she wearing? Does she have on pantyhose? Does she have on pants? What kind of shoes is she wearing? Okay. Really think about the color that she's wearing and really imagine her as this woman who really deserves to be in that place. Take your time to really think about this person that you believe is the most competent, confident human being that deserves that role, deserves the accomplishments. Visualize her even getting an award. All right. And I want you to open your eyes and hopefully take some time to jot out what you visualized, and then either go in your closet or go to the store and find things that match what you saw during that visualization exercise. Because when you find those things and you wear it, you have become her. All right? You have become her because you visualized her and then you became her. And now you have no excuse to say that you don't deserve to be at that table because you imagined the woman who did, and then you went to get the outfits that she wore, and then you became her. All right? I do hope that you understand that imposter syndrome really does affect your thinking, and it affects how far you can go. It stops you from going to the next level, but guess what? You cannot stop imposter syndrome by thinking about it. You actually have to do something about it. And changing the way that you approach your clothes is going to be the thing that you can do right now that can help you defeat imposter syndrome. Thank you for joining in with me on this discussion. And you know it, when you look good, you feel good.